Now Bamba Train is crazy. You remember, it's on fire. The other songs are still big as well. Bamba is still on fire. So remember, even our set used to be like that. I do Bamba. I mean, you do Joe, Bamba, then Bamba Train comes and finishes now. So I remember now, around March now the shows started to come, because now shows to come around April holidays. So E-Sir tells me, yo, so me, I'm going to Nax for this gig, but I wanted to come with you, because that, imagine, fun enough, that ended up being the only show that I never went with him. And it's a show where I wish they had, now when the accident happened. Because remember, all this time we were
doing shows together, yeah?
Yeah, we're always together. We are always together. Like homes at home, at Jobo, like we are always together most of the time. So he says, yeah, but now, still come for this show, but I know these guys are saying there's another guy, like he was coming with another guy. So there's a driver and another guy, and anyway, it's Bamba Train. I want to do the rest of the jams. You get, or something like that. Oh yeah, exactly. So I was supposed to come in the morning, because I think I was supposed to get a van, but they ended up coming with a personal moti, and the personal moti was full. So just like, me, let me go, I'll tell you about the show, how it was. Because even me, I was like, shit, like I really want to go for this show, you know. And I was like, I want to see how could I have this show. Because I think that was the show I was not seeing for. And Hakuru used to be such a good
out of Nairobi gig.
Yeah. So like that's a plan of me. It's out of town, it's a gig, you know. So anyway, so I'm at my pal's place. So I call him now that night. Now after the show. So I call him at around 1:32. Because I know like shows used to be at midnight. So he picks up again. In fact, he was just entering bed. He's like, you guys, sounding like a bit still tipsy. You know, those are from the Hanyee.
Yeah.
So me, I'm calling with excited. Yo, how was it, man? It's like, you guy, shut down, you guy, we shut it down, you guy, it was sick, you guy, it was crazy, and you don't even understand. Pino, it's called me Pino. Yeah. It's like, Pino, you don't even understand. This thing is, yani, I can't wait to come and explain to you. That thing we'll be talking about, because us guys talk about it every time. Yeah. It's like, you guys, we need to go kill it. Because now we used to be bad boy, used to follow bad boy, what Pap Daddy used to do, used to go shut down whatever's. And that's what, I remember him used to be a bigger guy. So that was always his whatever
his
thing.
MO,
His MO, you know. It's like, you guys shut it down, man. You don't understand, you guys, it was crazy. Yani, in fact, as I just lala, I come back and be Kesho by 11, you should be there. I come back and tell you that story. So me, it's like, so cool, man. They asked, I think we were supposed to go out. I think we even went out with Kina Malo and Kina Junior or something. So we came back. So we at my past place, so I decided, so there's a rumor which starts circulating, not the next day, on Sunday. There's been an accident. Now this is in the around 11ish. There's been an accident and E-Sir was in the accident. We're like, I know. So I tried calling E-Sir's phone, it's Mteja. Probably down the road. It's Nini. I tried calling Hamlis's phone, now the same. So I call Wahoo. You know, just to ask. It's like, hey Wahoo, I'm hearing this story of Nini. Yeah, even me, I'm told about it. In fact, I'm on my way. In fact, I'm just like her and her sisters, or some people they're on their way to or they are, I think they're on their way to Nakuru or something, because they heard about it. So I go to E-Sir's place, because the plan was to meet him at like midnight. By midday he'd be there. Yeah. But now the stories are happening. It's like, after I go to his place. So I go to his place. So he sit there, and the mom was there, but she left. She went to church. So just seated there. Then now the rumors are starting to become more. By one, it's already a story going on radio. Remember, there's no social media. On radio and on whatever. Hey, there's a rumor, I heard it on radio that E-Sir name is an accident. E-Sir is whatever. It's like, no, you know, there's nothing like that. There's an accident. So all this time, all this happening between 12, 1, 2, 3, we're calling Wahoo. I was like, in fact, I've even gotten here. I'm talking to Monski. I even talked to Monski. I'm like, hey, Sema. Now nameless, sorry.
Yeah.
sorry. He's got nameless, and he's calling Monski. So her nameless is like, yeah, me, I'm sour. Yeah, asked there's an accident, but we're all okay. But me, I'm just in a different hosi. E-Sir is in a different hosi.
Yeah.
So, you're like, sawa then. So, we really can't do anything. So we're just here, phone calls. So I'm talking to Banda, because now I'm asking Banda, hey, Kwani, this Hosi, how comes he's not being found? Nameless has been found.
Now like the manager of Ogopa.
Yeah, Banda now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but in fact, we haven't planned to go there. So in the middle of that, I think E-Sir's mom comes, comes back home from Mass. And so I asked Stella, hey, there's been a story, there's an accident. Are you sure? I was like, yeah, so what's happening? Is Nani there? Yeah. So we talked, he's been another. So now everything goes whatever. And you're like, what? Okay, let's go to Nakuru. Because these stories are becoming too many. You get? So the accident was from Nakuru. Let's go to Nakuru. This is around 4. You get? So we are prepping on which car to go with, those normal logistics. And so we are all in the living room. So E-Sir's girlfriend is there, bro is there, I think the house help, a couple of guys. So, because everyone is just like, hey, so if we're going, the uncle, Then, since I'm not host communicating with Banda, and I was actually seated next to E-Sir's mom. So Banda called me, he's like, yo, like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at E-Sir's place. Are you with her? I'm like, yeah, in fact, I'm seated just next to her. He tells me, just move away, just go outside. So even to me, I'm like, why you tell it? But anyway, so I go outside. It's so crazy, yani. Yani I go outside, you see, Panda now tells me, Ati, I'm sorry. Ati apparently he's left us he's left us. So I'm like, wait, what? Ati, I'm sorry, like he didn't make it. And I just I think I like a blackout. You're just in, no, it can't. So I think I came back to the house, because I just, I can just pick a phone call outside the door. So I just came back, and I remember E-Sir's chick just started crying, like she was hitting me, or she was hitting someone. And she's like, no. And the mom just said, let's kneel down and pray. That's all that she said. So we prayed, and now everything just became now a mist. There's confusion. There's an issuer who's been told, and apparently now we have to go to Nakuru. E-Sir's mom can't drive. None of us are in a state to drive, to do anything. Apparently now Banda was organizing. She's been found. The body has been found. It's being brought to Nairobi. There's no point of going. So from that 4, we just now, people started coming, from different places. I remember I was just there. We just sat outside like the whole time. I was just sitting alone. I was just like, this is not happening. Like, I'm seeing people kneeling. So people, like the neighbor comes and talks to me. Like, I go inside, I'm just imagining, if I'm feeling like this, then how is the mom and the bro feeling, Like, I need to be strong for them, Like, it was too much. And, this is someone who you hang out with every day. Like, you're them every day for 4 or 5 years. You're them every day. You sleep in the same bed. You turn, you diss each other. You kosana. You have ideas. I see where he was going. With his vision. He's recorded his album, for heaven's sake. Like, he wanted this to work. Look, like he's done everything. It can't be happening now. It can't be happening now. He's not even released his album. He's what he was dreaming for. He's like, guys need to know who I am. Guys need to, like I've worked hard for this shit, I've written, I've done everything which he did everything which he could, what he wanted to, I want to be big, I want people to know E-Sir, and people to understand the African culture, and people to understand music, and show people that, this is possible. What these guys are doing, what these guys are coming to now, it's possible, we can do it. And all that is flashing in my eyes. I'm just thinking, it can't, this dream can't go. Like, you can't do all that. You even have your album ready. Your album is ready for you to go do the launch. It's called Nimefika. I have arrived. Now this guy is telling me, actually this nigga is dead. You know, I'm not believing. Like, I'm just like, it can't be. I've never even had a pal who has died my whole life. Like, this is the first pal of mine who's dying. I've never even been to a funeral before. You know, I don't know what death is. Like, it's just like, I'm not understanding. Like, you know how you go for funerals, but it's your auntie and they're far off and you don't really know them. And my mom never used to, used to protect us from funerals. So we never got
the experience.
You know. So furthermore, this is someone who you are with every day. Not even at I'm exaggerating, every day. I'd see him every day. Either I'm at his house, or he's at my house, or in the studio together, or we're doing something together. Or if I don't see him today, I'll see him tomorrow. You know, so I'm with him every day. So the only time I'm not with him, when he's gone for this gig, then he doesn't come back. So that's what, like, to me, I'm just like, oh, like, can't be happening, you know. So 4, 5, 6, 7 people are coming, the whole array is coming. Then you're being told, yeah, he's gotten here. Then I just see an ambulance. So this was like at 9:30, 10. So the ambulance comes, we were in South Sea and whatever. And you know, and the whole hood is there, all these guys who we used to go for shows with, you know. Like guys, like the whole hood is there. Like it was like a biggie thing, man. See? Like everyone is there, just like we are not believing he's in that ambulance. You know, he's Muslim, so he's not being taken to hospital to whatever. So they just removed him in the white cloth and put him, in his room, where we used to sleep sometimes in his bed, and they cleaned him according to the Islam traditions. And I just sat there the whole night beside him, just like, it's like I want him to wake up. I'm like, you can't be kneeling, oh my guy. You know, and even how, whatever, it's like he was sleeping, like he was, like he was so peaceful. And
embalmed him.
Yeah. Because I'm not leaving. I think it's E-Sir's uncle or someone who came and removed me from there. They just removed me and told me, it's life. Imagine. So even me in my head, I'm just trying to imagine if I'm feeling like this, how is the mom feeling? How is her babe feeling? How is his other family members? It's crazy. It really like disturbed my whole process, Then there was a funeral. And then I was like, okay, it took time for it to heal. Everyone was disturbed. Ogopa people, us guys, even the I think E-Sir is the only artist who the parliament had a moment of silence for. At that time.
It didn't, like E-Sir for every single human being, every single Kenyan.
Yeah.
It
was just like, no, it can't be happening. So it was crazy. It was a whole new, it was now everything was just, of course now for me, it threw me off balance because this is a person who we're always with. And this idea which I have, this is, and then now there's no one really, it just end up being, you're just more of alone, and the person who you can really bounce off, you can never get that connection from anyone. It's not the same. It won't be the same. You get. So now, now we did the album launch now. Now, Nimefika. I think it was the same year, towards the end of the year, I think. Yeah. So it did Nimefika, and it was crazy. It was like 9,000 people. Guys were doing, like me in that show. Guys say, Nimefika was the best Nini for. But me in that show, every time I think of that show, I just keep imagining. Imagine if he was here. Yani, all these people have not come for us. Yes, it's Nimefika.
Yes.
Yes, you, fine. But the whole idea for this album launch was E-Sir's Nimefika. And he's not there. So that the whole time just like, Yani, he used to tell me how he wants this. Yani, I want these guys to be, Yani, I'm just, like, it's only me who could be living it, I'm just like, Yani, I wish could even just get a glimpse of, Yani, it's too, Yani, I don't understand how you're missing this. Like, it took me a while, a long time to get over that whole, of course now of course the time it heals and I became more Nini. I didn't write the whole time. All these songs which I recorded after like Natafuta, I think I'd written before, in that era of the vibe. Then I think, so that whole 2 years I didn't really write. Like I didn't enter my element because I
get
didn't
it.
like I don't have anyone to, because every time I write I'll go to this, like listen to this, Ebuski this. Now I don't have that person to
I've never understood it until now. I mean, that's why I love doing these recordings. First of all, I didn't understand your relationship with E-Sir. I didn't understand that you guys were, first and foremost, boys.
Yeah, I pass, yeah.
You know, before your label mates.
Before your label mates,
Yeah.
yeah. Before
So,
we're all musicians.
Yeah, like you guys went to the record label as boys.
As boys already, yeah.
You get what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's not that you lost a label mate. You
It
get
was way intense.
Yeah, I mean, like when I'm hearing you say, and I wondered, man, what happened to BIGPIN? I get like, Yanni, BIGPIN. There was a moment, BIGPIN was BIGPIN. I yell. Then it's like you didn't run with that.
Yeah, that was that era.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I'd done. I mean, after that, I did a couple. I did Natafuta, which I told you.
Natafuta,
yeah. But it took me a long time to bounce back into writing, because now I have to be confident in myself, because I don't have someone to bounce off to tell to say this one is like, yeah, but you know it has to be me, so I have to trust my judgment. You know, there's no tell me it's dope. You know, you always need that reaffirmation from someone. It's like, if you listen to this thing, then they tell you it's dope. It gives you more confidence.
The best for you.
Yeah, so it gives you more confidence to write. So if you don't have that, so you have to shuku yourself. Is it okay? You know, so it took me like a while for me. By the time I was writing Natafuta, it took me a while to have like my clarity back. And I'd written it a bit. It took me a while to engulf back into my own now rhythm now.